Formula One is about to witness a major shift that could change the performance order of some of the top teams on the grid. All eyes are on the upcoming Spanish Grand Prix, where a fresh directive from the FIA will come into force. This new guideline specifically focuses on how much movement is allowed in the front wings of the cars, a subject that has raised serious concerns lately. Until now, teams have managed to design front wings that pass all of the FIA's routine checks. But during races, cameras and performance data have shown signs that certain wings bend slightly under pressure. That bending provides teams with extra aerodynamic advantages, more grip through corners and higher speed on long straights. McLaren and Mercedes have been at the center of the debate. They've been suspected of pushing the rules to the edge by using clever engineering that stays within current testing limits, but acts differently under racing conditions. Though these components weren't technically illegal, their real-world effect has sparked frustration among rivals. Red Bull, in particular, has been vocal, urging the governing body to take strict action. Now, with stricter testing coming into play in Spain, the threshold for front-wing movement is being drastically tightened. Any car that doesn't pass the updated checks will be ruled out of the race. Teams will have no choice but to adapt quickly. Paolo Filicetti, a well-known analyst in the paddock, believes this update could bring instant changes to how teams perform. In his view, Red Bull and Ferrari may actually gain from this rule change. Ferrari had tested a similar front-wing setup back at the 2023 Singapore Grand Prix, but the design didn't deliver the expected performance. Instead of pushing further in that direction, they refined other parts of their car. That decision may now prove wise, as they're less reliant on a design approach that's coming under fire. In contrast, McLaren's recent jump in competitiveness has been widely credited to the same kind of flexible front-wing setup now under scrutiny. Their car has shown strong pace, both in straight-line speed and in handling corners, which many believe is due to their innovative approach to aerodynamics. Now, with tighter limits, they may find themselves having to rework their strategy entirely. Mercedes is in a similar situation. Adjustments will likely be needed not only in how the front wings are built, but in how the entire car is balanced. These changes could affect everything from top speed to how the car behaves mid-corner. And when performance in Formula One is measured in thousandths of a second, even small shifts in aerodynamics can lead to big consequences. One key issue that engineers are already flagging is how this could disrupt the car's balance, especially between the front and rear. When front wings become stiffer and less capable of reacting to the airflow, they can generate more downforce at the front end. That may sound like a good thing, but it can actually push the nose of the car lower than ideal, which in turn slightly lifts the rear. This shift reduces how well the rear of the car connects to the track, especially the floor and diffuser, both crucial parts for generating grip through what's known as ground effect. If the back of the car loses stability, drivers could experience sudden handling problems, particularly at fast circuits like Barcelona. In those high-speed sections, where confidence and control matter most, even a small drop in rear grip can mean the difference between a clean lap and a spin. Because of this, teams will now have to rethink their entire aerodynamic philosophy. Engineers must figure out how to keep the front downforce under control while still maintaining stability at the rear. It's a tough puzzle, one that won't be solved overnight. Some drivers, such as Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, might be able to adjust quickly due to their precise and adaptable driving styles. But the mechanical side will take time to catch up. Because Ferrari and Red Bull haven't built their recent success around flexible front wings, they might need only minor changes to keep their performance intact. That gives them a bit of breathing room as they head into this next phase of the season. But the true impact of these changes won't be seen until the cars hit the track and race conditions. There's a split among analysts on what to expect. Some believe this rule tweak could shake up the competitive order, while others feel the differences will be so small, just a few tenths per lap, that only the sharpest eyes will notice. But in a sport where gaps are often measured in milliseconds, even a tiny drop in lap time can affect grid position, race strategy, And championship standings. Looking back at the Monaco Grand Prix, Red Bull's form raised some eyebrows. The narrow and technical layout of Monte Carlo exposed a side of their car that's been quietly troubling them all season. Max Verstappen, despite pushing hard all weekend, could manage only a fourth-place finish. That result wasn't just about bad luck. It revealed an ongoing issue with the RB21 when it's forced to handle sharp turns and tight corners. This problem has shown up before, but in Monaco it was impossible to ignore, even with fresh updates. On the car, the improvements weren't enough to close the gap to rivals on slower, twistier tracks. The qualifying session, where raw pace over a single lap matters most, made it clear Red Bull still struggles where fast corner entry and exit over curbs are essential. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team boss, acknowledged that the RB21 isn't where they want it to be, not yet at least. He pointed out that compared to last year, the car has made real strides, especially on faster tracks. The harsh bouncing and instability that once plagued it have largely been resolved. But the current problem lies in adapting the circuits that demand sharp changes in direction and consistent grip through slower corners. Horner also gave credit to McLaren, noting that their car is much more balanced across different track types. While Red Bull's strength still lies in high-speed layouts, McLaren has built a machine that holds its own nearly everywhere. That comparison says a lot about how each team has approached this season. Still, Red Bull isn't changing course. Horner made it clear that their current concept is still the path they believe in. The focus is now on fine-tuning and adjusting without completely abandoning their original vision. The upcoming race in Barcelona could be a key test. The layout suits their car better than Monaco, and the introduction of the new front-wing directive may shake things up further, possibly giving Red Bull an edge if other teams struggle to comply. As for Max Verstappen's future, there's growing buzz around whether he'll stick with the team beyond 2025. Contract clauses, team performance, and championship hopes are all in play. For now, though, all eyes are on Spain. It's not just another race. It could be a turning point for Red Bull, for Verstappen, and for the entire season. So now the big question. Can Red Bull turn things around and regain their dominance? Or will rivals keep closing the gap? Keep watching. The next few races might tell us everything.